What if the very thing you are desperately avoiding to protect your knee is actually the reason it keeps getting worse? Not running, not age, but the silence of a joint that has been taught to fear movement. Most people with knee osteoarthritis are destroying their own knees every single day without even realizing it. They are not doing it by running too much. They are doing it by being afraid to move. Imagine this. Your knee hurts, so you stop walking. You rest more. You protect the joint. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and suddenly the knee feels stiffer, weaker, more painful than ever. At that moment, many people believe the disease is progressing naturally. But what if the truth is far more uncomfortable? What if the thing you believe is protecting your knee is actually accelerating its destruction? This is where the real danger lies, not in movement, but in misunderstanding movement. Runforce Mindset warmly welcomes you. If you are looking for practical, science-based insights to protect your body and run stronger for life, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos that could change how you think about training and health. In today's video, we will confront one of the biggest fears surrounding knee osteoarthritis: walking. Should you walk, or should you stop? The answer may shock you, and it might completely reverse everything you have been told. Before we go further, support the channel by subscribing. It gives us the motivation to continue creating high-quality, honest content for you. Now, a question for you to reflect on and answer in the comments. A. Resting as much as possible is the safest way to protect an arthritic knee. B. Correct progressive movement is essential to slow knee degeneration. Comment A or B below. To truly understand knee osteoarthritis, we must look beyond the surface symptoms and examine what is happening inside the joint. This condition is not simply pain due to aging. It is a gradual structural change occurring deep within the knee, often progressing quietly long before severe pain appears. In knee osteoarthritis, two critical components are affected: the cartilage and the bone directly beneath it, known as the subchondral bone. Cartilage functions as a smooth cushion, allowing the bones to glide over each other without friction. What many people do not realize is that cartilage has no direct blood supply. It cannot feed itself the way muscles do. Instead, it depends on synovial fluid within the joint and support from the underlying bone to stay healthy. When the knee moves, synovial fluid is released and distributed across the joint surfaces, carrying essential nutrients to the cartilage. When movement is reduced, this fluid circulation decreases. The cartilage becomes undernourished, weaker, and more vulnerable to damage. At the same time, the subchondral bone begins to change. Without regular, appropriate loading, it gradually loses strength and stability. As this foundation weakens, the joint becomes less resilient, more painful, and less capable of supporting daily movement. Understanding this internal process is the first step toward changing how we manage knee osteoarthritis. When people hear that walking can help knee osteoarthritis, many instinctively resist the idea. Pain creates fear, and fear convinces us that stillness is safer than movement. Yet, when movement is done correctly, walking becomes one of the most powerful tools for protecting the knee rather than harming it. Each step you take creates a gentle, controlled pressure inside the joint. This pressure stimulates the production and circulation of synovial fluid, allowing it to coat the joint surfaces more effectively. Over time, this process improves joint lubrication, reduces stiffness, and helps the knee move more smoothly. Walking does not force the joint to endure sudden impact. Instead, it encourages rhythmic physiological loading that the knee is designed to handle. Equally important is the effect on the bone beneath the cartilage. Moderate weight-bearing signals the body to maintain bone strength and structural integrity. Without this signal, the supporting bone weakens, and the joint loses its ability to absorb force efficiently. Walking provides just enough stimulus to preserve this internal support system. Beyond the joint itself, walking triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural pain modulators. It also helps regulate body weight and strengthens the muscles that stabilize the knee. These combined effects gradually shift the knee from a state of vulnerability to one of controlled resilience, restoring confidence in movement and trust in the body's ability to adapt. One of the most damaging beliefs surrounding knee osteoarthritis is the idea that complete rest will protect the joint. This belief feels logical, especially when pain is present, but it quietly pushes the knee into a downward spiral that many patients do not recognize until it is too late. When the knee is kept still for long periods, the joint environment begins to change. Muscles that once supported and stabilized the knee gradually weaken. The joint becomes less coordinated, less responsive, and increasingly stiff. Movement that once felt natural begins to feel threatening. The knee no longer trusts itself, and the person no longer trusts the knee. As immobility continues, even simple actions such as standing up, climbing stairs, or walking short distances start to provoke discomfort. This reinforces fear, causing further avoidance of movement. Over time, stiffness deepens, pain becomes more persistent, and recovery after any activity takes longer. What began as a protective decision slowly transforms into a self-perpetuating cycle of pain and limitation. This is the hidden danger of immobilization. It does not preserve the knee, it teaches the joint to become fragile. Without regular, controlled movement, the knee loses its ability to adapt, absorb stress, and function confidently. Breaking this cycle requires a shift in mindset, from avoiding movement to reclaiming it in a safe and progressive way. Movement is not the problem in knee osteoarthritis. The problem is how movement is introduced, progressed, and respected. Many people fail not because they move, but because they move too fast, too hard, or without understanding their joint's limits. The first principle is restraint. The knee must never be shocked into activity after long periods of inactivity. Sudden overload creates fear, inflammation, and setback. The second principle is patience. Running or high-impact activity cannot be the starting point. The joint needs time to relearn how to tolerate stress safely. The third principle is progression. Every increase in activity must be earned through adaptation, not forced through willpower. Safe movement follows the logic of biology, not motivation. It builds capacity gradually, allowing the joints, muscles, and nervous system to regain trust in one another. When these principles are respected, movement stops being a threat and becomes a form of protection. The goal is not to push through pain, but to move in a way that leaves the knee more confident tomorrow than it was today. A healthy progression for knee osteoarthritis does not begin with ambition, but with humility. The first step is choosing movements that respect the joint's current capacity. Low-impact activities such as gentle cycling or controlled strengthening exercises allow the knee to move without provoking unnecessary irritation. Short, consistent sessions create stability and restore a sense of safety within the joint. As the knee becomes more responsive, walking naturally takes its place. The pace is unhurried at first, guided by comfort rather than distance or speed. Each walk is an opportunity for the joint to relearn rhythm and coordination. Improvement is measured not by how far you go, but by how well the knee recovers afterward. Only in selected cases, and only after sustained progress, does light jogging become an option. Even then, it remains modest, controlled, and deliberate. This progression honors the body's need for adaptation, transforming movement into a gradual rebuilding process, rather than a test of endurance or strength. In recent years, step counts have become a popular way to measure health, but for someone with knee osteoarthritis, numbers can easily become misleading. A fixed target may look motivating on a screen, yet the knee does not respond to digital goals. It responds to stress, recovery, and adaptation. There is no universal number of steps that guarantees progress or safety. What matters far more is how the knee feels during movement and how it responds afterward. A walk that leaves the joint calm and stable the next day is far more valuable than reaching an arbitrary daily total. Pain that lingers or stiffness that worsens is not a failure, it is feedback. Learning to listen to this feedback is an essential skill. It teaches restraint, awareness, and self-trust. Devices can help record patterns, but they should never dictate behavior. The most reliable guide is the body itself, quietly signaling when to maintain, when to progress, and when to step back to protect long-term joint health. Knee osteoarthritis is often framed as a condition that demands avoidance, caution, and withdrawal from movement. In reality, the greater danger lies in surrendering the joint to inactivity. When movement is removed, the knee gradually loses its strength, coordination, and resilience. becoming more fragile with each passing day. Walking, when performed with awareness and progression, is not an act of risk, it is an act of preservation. It maintains the internal environment of the joint, supports structural integrity, and restores confidence in daily function. Each controlled step reinforces the message that the knee is still capable of adapting and supporting the body. The goal is not perfection, distance, or speed. The goal is continuity. Small, consistent actions protect the joint far more effectively than bursts of effort followed by long periods of rest. When movement is respected rather than feared, the knee becomes more stable, less painful, and more reliable over time. Osteoarthritis does not demand stillness. It demands intelligent, patient movement that supports life, not limits it. Knee osteoarthritis is not a sentence to weakness, nor is it a signal to retreat from life. It is a condition that demands understanding, patience, and a more intelligent relationship with movement. The true danger is not walking, but believing that fear and stillness will somehow preserve the joint. Over time, avoidance silently steals strength, confidence, and independence, while correct movement rebuilds them step by step. The deeper lesson here goes beyond the knee. Many challenges in life worsen not because we face them, but because we stop engaging with them out of fear. Progress comes from respecting limits while continuing to move forward with intention. The practical application is simple. Listen to your body, move with purpose, and choose consistency over extremes. Small, thoughtful actions done regularly will always outperform dramatic efforts done rarely. Now, I'd love to hear your perspective. Do you believe movement should be avoided when pain appears or managed intelligently instead weeks? Please comment your thoughts below so everyone can learn from different viewpoints. And if you found value in this content, kindly subscribe to the channel to support us in creating more meaningful videos in the future.